with your host, the most King Truth, host of Bird, Benny Bo, the one for word, the one for flow, coming at you live at 8:42. And we got some content for you. It's gonna be KSOO and ATK. Scotty's murder trial goes left. We're going over to bring the facts for the content. Uh, I know I seen that shit. You good? It's not live yet. The camera's off. It is. Huh? So what? Here, hold on. Yeah, the KSOO, Jacksonville rapper KSOO, ATK, Scotty murder trial goes left. We bring the facts, giving us the content. We're gonna be right back though.
Hey man, we got ATK Queso and ATK Scotty. They're in the news. Their trial started.
I can subscribe.
Man, you ain't gonna believe this, man. Their trial's going left. Let me try to catch you up to speed. These are the two groups. The leaders. They're Ace Youngin versus Julio Fulio. Rest in peace to him. He got knocked down a couple months ago, and it was ATK that got him. ATK and 1200. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, Queso 23. He's the rapper that allegedly knocked down Lil Buck. Lil Buck is the rapper from Jacksonville that put out a diss track against his dead brother. His brother was knocked down like a couple years ago, or a year ago, about a year ago. That's ATK Scotty in the middle, Queso 23 on the left, and Dominique Barner on the right. He's the star witness against these guys. He's not a trigger man, but he helped facilitate the knockdown a Lil Buck. This is actually Queso 23. He's got two bodies that he's going for, and possibly a third. You see, after Julio got knocked down, right? You see ATK leader fucking what's his name? Ace Youngin. You saw how he distanced himself, said there's no more ATK. Yeah. After Fulio got knocked down, he switched up on them dudes and said there's no more ATK. He sent all them dudes home back to Jacksonville, man, to get killed. But anyway, he sent them broke back to Jacksonville. But anyways, yeah, let's talk about okay, this trial. I was watching the trial and the testimony, open statements and stuff like that. Man, the only people that are keeping it solid is ATK, Scotty, and Queso. They're the only ones keeping it solid. Dominique Barner, he flipped so he could get a testimony. And actually, Dominique Barner, he's actually got two bodies. Yup, that nigga got two bodies that he's going for. He's on somebody else's case too, and he's cooperating in that case too. But he's cooperating.
Yeah, this is for the unaliving Julio, Fulio's brother, and this is acquaintance of Young and Ace and acquaintance of ATK Scotty as well as Queso.
On this one first. He's facing 40. He's facing 40 years in prison. Plus he got home invasion. He got home invasion, burglary, weapon by convicted felon. Yeah, firearm by convicted felon. Fleeing and eluding and crashing, leaving the scene of an accident of a car accident, something like that. But yeah, ATK Scotty, he was one of the top shooters for ATK or Ace Youngin. ATK stand for Ace's Top Killers or Aim to Kill. I don't know why somebody would name their gang Ace's Top Killers, man. That's just asking to get indicted by the feds. But anyways, oh yeah, what's his name? The sheriff of Jacksonville, he said Ace Youngin ain't out the clear. He said they got an investigation on him. He said they're working on a criminal complaint for him. They're working on an indictment for him to take him down. But yeah, it's game over for ATK Scotty and Queso, man. They actually got, you see the right hand picture right there? That's evidence right there. That's actually the gun when they crashed the car after they did the hit on Lil Buck. They did it at his job. He was working at a place. He had an interview at a place called at an Amazon warehouse. Anyways, he got the job right. Anyways, they killed him at his job, and that's one of the shooters on the left. They're saying that's Queso, but the gun on the left on the right. They said that that gun is in the top hand picture, and yeah, he's going. Yeah, he's got another charge too. Uh, it's called knockdown by a gang member. That's actually a charge. If you're a gang member and you kill somebody, it's like an enhanced charge. So he's facing 40 plus years. Actually, he's facing life. What's his name? Dominique Barney. He's not facing life. He's facing 40 years, which is basically life. But at least he'll have a release date. But they're not looking good for Queso, man. It's definitely not, man. They got so much evidence. Even his rap album cover. I'm not gonna put it in. I didn't put it in here, but it has the deceased body. It has the deceased members, all the people that he killed, and he's like smoking a blunt, and the smoke is going up, and it shows Lil Bibby, which is Julio Fulio's little half brother, and Lil Buck. One other thing too to bring you up to speed, ATK Scotty, he caught more charges when he was in jail in the Jacksonville County Jail. He actually got introduction of contraband charge, or which basically is a deadly weapon in jail, where it's a shank. Yeah. Okay, Hakeem Robinson, aka KSOO, was charged with the murder in February 25th, 2019, and the shooting death of Adrian Jarner Jr., aka Bibby, at the Hilltop apartment. This is not the one. This is not the body he's going to trial for. This one's coming up later. This is his next one. So yeah, after the incident, the warrant says that he posted comments on his Instagram, including Lil Buck video caption "Bye Bye" emojis with waving hands. Another post was of him getting a pedicure with the caption "Kill a nigga and then get my toes done." Jacksonville rapper Queso, whose real name Hakeem Robinson, pictured in the Duval County Court August 19, 2024. And actually, let me bring you up to speed too. According to police prosecutors, McCormick was shot and killed in the Dames Point Plaza on Merrill Road, January 15, 2020. An off-duty police officer witnessed the shooting. According to a warrant, yeah, there's an officer that saw it. The officer saw a gunman stand over McCormick and shoot him with a rifle before fleeing in a Nissan Altima. The assailant. These are some of his charges. First degree murder as a criminal gang member. Abdul Robinson, first degree murder as a criminal gang member. Accessory after the fact. Solicitation to commit a capital felony. Leroy Whitaker, first degree murder as a criminal gang member. Burglary, assault, weapons possession. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Ace Youngin, dude. This dude always gets lucky, man. He always gets lucky. He never faces any consequences. Actually, he's got an open case. Actually, he's got an open case on him too. Not an open case, but an investigation on him because he's caught like a bunch of charges all around the United States. So they're looking into that to charge him with maybe charge him with a RICO or something like that. Yeah, this is their conversation that they were talking about taking McCormick out. This is text. I think these are text messages or something like that. Um, this is one of the shooters right here. I don't know if it's ATK Scotty or if it's Queso, but I think they were saying it was Queso. Let me know in the comments on who you think this is. You think it's ATK Scotty or you think it's Queso? It could possibly be Queso. It could possibly be him. Queso's supposed to be supposed to be big, but Scotty's real small. This is the car that they crashed. This is evidence too. The Nissan Altima. They got DNA evidence in there. Dude, the guns are in there. See, there's one of the pistols right there. They got more fingerprints evidence. They actually got Queso's they got Queso's prints on the slide of the gun. Yup, on the slide. This the slide is the mechanism that you take out that the bullets actually go through, like which you I guess you could call it a barrel, not a barrel, but it's a slide. A slide slides back and forth. This is the gun. It's like a pistol grip type of AR-15. This is one of the suspects running through the backyard. They got it on ring camera. This is the police officer. That's the police officer. Is that the police officer? Nah, that's one of the, I think that's one of the suspects. That's not a police officer. That's one of the suspects. This is the house that they broke into, and they held the lady. That's how they got the home invasion charge. They yeah, dude, they broke into this lady's house. She was in the shower. She came out and they held her at gunpoint, dude, and made the lady sit down. They made the lady sit down, or they ransacked the house for clothes and stuff like that. They were hiding from the police. And these two right here, KSOO and Ace Young, these dudes is crazy, man. Actually, I never heard of Ace Young doing no gangster shit, man. He just keep gangsters around. But KSOO, he's really on that. They said McCormick, Lil Buck, they say his teeth got knocked out, man, because Queso stood over him and shot him in the face. Whoever had the pistol grip AR-15 X Factor, that's the person who hit him in the face and in the mouth. They shot him in his face. Queso, that's one cold ass dude right there, dude. I ain't gonna play, dude. That dude crazy, bro. But then again, them dudes from KTA killed them all. 1200. I mean, yeah, not 1200, but KTA. They killed his brother, man, and they laughed about. They shot the whole family. Actually, he was doing. That's Jada the youngin. He got knocked down too, but he got knocked down in Louisiana. He's out of here, dude. That dude was making a bag, man. Let's see how much money that dude got. That's like probably like $250,000 right there, maybe more. But yeah, not looking good for these dudes, man. It's not, dude. These dudes is cooked, man. They was cooked even without Dominique Barner. You know what I'm saying? Because they left too much evidence out there, man. And Queso can't keep his mouth closed. He made that diss track and stuff like that. He was always dissing them and stuff like that, and trolling and stuff like that, doing dumb shit, doing goofy shit, man. You're supposed to do a hit. You're supposed to chill, go out of state, and just chill. Don't say nothing. So you bring an investigation on you. Because at first, when he got knocked down, people didn't know. People online, they didn't really know who did it. Only people in the city of Jacksonville knew he did it, but the internet didn't know. But he kept dissing, and the internet detectives put two and two together, like Trapler Ross, 1090 Jake, and stuff like that. They connected the dots and stuff like that, and brung shine the light on these guys, man, for knocking that dude down, little Buck, man. But yeah, man, that's just wild. This is the gun. See, that's the picture. That was on Queso's Instagram. That's the same gun in the case right there. You see? Yup, he's cooked, dude. That dude's cooked, dude. He even got the gun, dog. Yeah, dude. And his fingerprints on the slide. So it's not looking good for his ass, bro. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Thanks for everybody who subscribed. But yeah, it's like, share, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Peace. I'll keep you updated. Yo. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back.
All right. So basically, what I could get from the understanding of what he said was basically that um, Queso was burning himself out about, I guess he had something to do maybe the Jada Youngin too, unaliving as well, but they was popping it on Instagram with the blower, showing off the blower that they used. Yeah, showing off the blower that they used. Uh, showing off the blower that what the fuck? Shit. Showing off the blower that they used. Um, and basically incriminating itself, Queso, as well as OCK, Scotty. It's crazy right now, man. It's crazy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna watch one more video, which is gonna be Sadie Nash breaking it down. And after that, we gone. After that, we gone. What would be Seti Nash?
Right now, defense attorneys are cross-examining a star witness in the trial of two suspected gang members. Both men are charged with the murder of a local rapper over a diss track. Charles McCormick Jr. was shot and killed outside an Arlington shopping plaza in 2020. Action Jack's Madison Folklore is live outside the courthouse. And Madison, both of the defense attorneys used a similar argument.
That's right, Ben. They both argued that Dominique Barner, the witness, was motivated by a plea deal he had with the state to testify against Akeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker Jr. A man turning against his former friends who are facing life in prison without the possibility of parole in the 2020 murder of a local rapper over a diss track. Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker Jr. are charged with first-degree murder in the killing of Charles McCormick Jr., also known as Lil Buck. Whitaker is also charged with burglary with assault or battery and home invasion robbery. Dominique Barner was also arrested, but he reached a plea deal with the state and agreed to cooperate and testify against Robinson.
I think he might have did it, but let me see. 2 weeks ago. Damn. Gotta be a better. 29 minutes. 21 minutes. Let's just watch this.
You can't grow your podcast if you spend all your time editing. So let's edit faster with Riverside.
Right now, defense attorneys are cross-examining a star witness in the trial of two suspected gang members. Both men are charged with the murder of a local rapper over a diss track. Charles McCormick Jr. was shot and killed outside an Arlington shopping plaza in 2020. Action Jack's Madison Folklore is live outside the courthouse. And Madison, both of the defense attorneys used a similar argument.
That's right, Ben. They both argued that Dominique Barner, the witness, was motivated by a plea deal he had with the state to testify against Akeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker Jr. A man turning against his former friends who are facing life in prison without the possibility of parole in the 2020 murder of a local rapper over a diss track. Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker Jr. are charged with first-degree murder in the killing of Charles McCormick Jr.
They also said dad testified as well because he didn't want to. I feel it though. They put him in, try to throw him under the bus to make it look like he's telling, but really he told them like, hey, if it comes down with this, hey, I'm not gonna be the one to deal with it.
Also known as Lil Buck. Whitaker is also charged with burglary with assault or battery and home invasion robbery. Dominique Barner was also arrested, but he reached a plea deal with the state and agreed to cooperate and testify against Robinson and Whitaker. He was also arrested and charged for another murder. The plea deal for Barner applied for both cases. His deal means he could serve as little as 20 years in prison. And this is something both defense attorneys didn't hesitate to bring up.
It gets different with first-degree murder, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were fully aware of that difference, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you knew that both of those murders, if you didn't come to some kind of deal, were going to go to first-degree murder, right?
Right.
So in August of 2020, you decided, I'm going to look out for me, right?
Correct.
If you testify that it was not Hakeem Robinson that was the shooter, you don't get the deal. If you say it was someone else, you don't get a deal, right?
Right.
And cross-examination is still going on, and testimony will resume on Monday, and Action News Jax will be there to bring you the latest breaking news updates, both on the air and online. For local coverage you can count on, reporting downtown, I'm Madison Foglio, Action News Jax.
Whatever you can create.
Okay, so, man, basically, key witness testifies. So that's the homie of KSOO testifying for a plea deal. That's ATK Scotty who's testifying on KSOO. Gotta be something else about this. I understand it's a little more. One more clip just to see. You'll watch this one more clip. That's gonna be it.
Attorneys handling the case of two men accused of killing a local rapper over a diss track just finished giving jurors their opening statements. Charles McCormick Jr., better known as Lil Buck, was shot and killed in 2020 in what investigators believe was a gang-related attack right outside of an Arlington shopping center. Action News Jack's Madison Foglio is live outside of the Duval County Courthouse, and the opening statements just wrapped up. And Madison, the defense attorneys for both men showed similar strategies, you noticed.
Yeah, Tanika, the defense attorneys both argued to the jury that the prosecutor's evidence that they're going to be presenting to them in the future is a result of plea deals reached by others associated with this case. And they just urged the jury to keep that in mind as the trial goes on. The trial for the 2020 murder of Charles McCormick Jr. is officially underway. Hakeem Robinson, better known as KSOO, and Leroy Whitaker are being tried together with separate juries. Robinson is charged with first-degree murder as a criminal gang member, and Whitaker is charged with first-degree murder as a criminal gang member, burglary with assault or battery, and home invasion robbery. Both Robinson and Whitaker are alleged to be part of the ATK gang. Investigators allege that Robinson and Whitaker sought to kill McCormick Jr. because he made a rap song that dissed the late rapper Willie Addison, who is also Robinson's half-brother. During opening statements, both Robinson and Whitaker's attorneys alluded that the state's evidence in this case came as a result of plea deals.
We're gonna learn that Blue, this ain't his first time cooperating with law enforcement. He's done that before, so he has experience. He knows that when he's in trouble and he is caught, if I say what the government wants to hear, I get out. He's done it before, and he's going to do it again in this courtroom.
What you're going to learn is that Dominic Barner came in on January 15th, and he told just enough about himself to get him off his case. So let him go.
During the prosecution's opening statements, Assistant State Attorney Joel Cooper said that the evidence will show the motivation behind the murder.
This was a group of individuals who knew one another, were close to one another, that were family. Every single one of them that participated in this crime were members of ATK, a local rap group. All but one of them were related by blood.
And Ben and Tanika, it's important to note that Blue is Abdul Robinson Sr., the father of Hakeem Robinson, and he's charged in this case with accessory after the fact. I'll go into more details on that tomorrow because our coverage continues at 9 a.m. right here on Action News Jackson. The testimonies just got started, and again, it's around 6 o'clock right now, so they just wrapped up. So we'll be right back here tomorrow.
That's gonna be it for that one. All right, that's gonna be it for that one. Basically, like I said, man, KSOO incriminated himself on live with the blower and shit that he used against Young Buck allegedly over the diss track. Now the dad's getting thrown involved because he's an accessory. It's a whole lot going on. There's gonna be an update on it in a couple days, and we'll check it out when that update comes. But as far as that goes, man, We out of here to the next one. Appreciate everybody liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so I know y'all there, so I can throw it to you when it's in the air, man. We gone. Peace.